Under settings, you'll find categories. Categories are your best friend when using Pole Studio Manager. This is what's going to help me customize a lot of the site for my studio. So this is one of the places that you're going to spend a lot of time. Charge categories are the overall, I think, of revenue categories that I'm using to help me track payments. This is also going to help me in some way sort things quickly when I'm in the online store. So I can add any of these, or by just clicking add a new category here, and I can add the new charge category. I can name it. I can select the order that I want that the new item to appear. This icon setting we're going to get to in a hot second when we talk about memberships. Payment methods. You can specialize your payment methods. So obviously credit card, cash, check, gift certificates. If you take payments in other forms and you want to be able to put them into your Pole Studio management documents and actually keeping track of the money coming in from other sources in your gross income summary, this is where you would put that information. And then when you're in your shop, you can actually set the payment method to anything that you list here. Genre is going to be your overall feel for any type of class you run. So for me, I like to be able to run reports based on the different types of classes that we run. So I had those set out for all of my genres. Levels should be pretty self-explanatory. What are the different levels that you want people to use? This is also how you're going to then help set up some prerequisites. If you have more than one location, this is where you would put them in. So that way students can know different places that they need to go. The location can then be showing up on different aspects, whether it be their app calendar or their just regular schedule list. So this is class locations. Class programs to me is a subset of the genre idea. So I like to have my genre be very specific and my programs to be a little bit more like general. So where in my genre, I actually had hammock classes, hoop classes, second, like as a separate thing. For my programs, I group all of my aerial classes together. Some studios do it the other way, but that's how my brain thinks. How I heard about, if you wanted to use this to be able to have people tell you if they heard about you from Facebook, or if they heard about you driving by. So this is how you can collect information based on how people heard about you for your reports. Purchase item categories, again, are another way to collect data for charge categories. So to me, charge categories and purchase categories are very similar, but I set them up slightly different so I get different data from it. So as you can see, I don't have like fees listed here because those are going to go under my basic membership heading. But I love that it gives me two different ways to collect data depending on how I want to subset it in reports. Membership categories is really one of the things that makes Pole Studio Manager really, really awesome and user-friendly and phenomenal for studio owners. So our membership program is extremely robust, and it allows students to have more than one membership at a time. So what that means is I set up the category here, then I link it to a sales item, and then I can also link it to a fee and a discount. And the computer will say, oh, you have 4 different types of memberships. This membership has the biggest discount of the 4 for this product you're buying, so that's the price we'll give you. It's really, really slick. And what's cool is that you can actually set custom icons so that all of your instructors can immediately recognize visually quickly what that person's membership categories are. So how does this work? If I come into new category, I want to have a silver membership level. I'm going to select the order as where I want it to appear on a list. I'm going to say it's 2. Then I'm going to pick which shape I want. As you can see, we have a number of different shapes built into the program. Then I can pick the shape color that I want it to be. Then I can pick the letter that I want to appear on it, or I can have no letter. And then I can also pick the color of the letter. So then when I save it, this membership category will be created. And now anytime anyone buys the item associated with that, this membership category will show up. What's really cool is in our student profiles, the computer can manually set it, or we can set it manually. And that's something that I think is really helpful when using Pole Studio Manager. So when I come in and I go to the Additionals tab, I can select the Silver membership category for her. I can say what the activation date is. I can also set an expiration date. An expiration date is something that will end it, the icon will go away, but if they wanted to buy it again in the future, they'd be able to. Or I can set a termination date, which means that they're done with this membership for good, and unless I go back in and clear this out, the termination date will override other things in the system. So what I love about this is it gives me the opportunity to set different membership categories for my people automatically. And then also, if they pass a specific set of requirements, or if I have a woman that's on scholarship, I can then instead also go set it manually. So I have the option of having a visual representation of what is going on with a student. And it can be set automatically by the software and what they're purchasing, or it can be set manually by me, depending on what it is. The member categories is a really phenomenal feature in Pole Studio Manager.